But this looks pretty cool. I'm excited for it. It looks like an actual Monster Hunter game. You know, we had Monster Hunter Now, which was this kind of blend of Pokemon Go meets Monster Hunter. You go into this separate like fight. You know, it's out in the real world. You're walking about and stuff. But this looks like an actual Monster Hunter game. It's a game. You are in the game. You're not walking about. You're not going around IRL locations. But the game is open world. You're hunting monsters. You've got like full autonomous control of your hunter. You know, so it's pretty cool. I think it looks really, really cool. I'm excited for more Monster Hunter. I'm excited for more entries, whether they're mobile first. You know, I'm hoping for a PC client. But whether they're mobile first or not, more people hearing about Monster Hunter and being exposed to Monster Hunter is a good thing. Getting it out to more folks, more players, more people getting involved so that the franchise can do better, perform better, is a good thing. It's a positive thing. So, even if this title, this iteration, isn't something that we all jive with, necessarily, I think we could. I absolutely think we could. I still think, overall, it's a fantastic thing for us, for Monster Hunter fans, and for the Monster Hunter franchise, right? So shall we jump into the announcement trailer first, and then we can get tucked into the producer's interview as well, which does shine like a lot more of a light on everything. Let's do the thing. Oh god. Monkey! Rathalos armor. Longsword, dual blader, Rathian, mutated Rathian, Kulayaku armor perhaps, mobile screen, we love it, Vast Expanse, Anjanath, Jagras, Kobikadachi, Duratidos, Glider hype, swimming, we've got swimming, skidding, sliding, wire bugging, climbing, catapulting. Huge world here. Huge environment. And that was only a snippet of like the middle section there, right? You can see the whole thing. Coming soon on mobile. So that, I think that looks really cool. You know? I think that looks really, really cool. Let's just sort of walk through this a little bit. So we've got this location, we've got this environment here, and there's lots of crystals. There's lots of crystals knocking about. We'll hear more about this in the developer interview, in the producer interview, what have you. But these crystals seem to be having some sort of effect on the monsters, like some sort of mutations, making them appear different and maybe act different, maybe have some special sort of attacks and all that sort of jazz. So that's the thing that's going on, and that's why we saw that Rathian with like the orange spikes. We've got this new companion thing over here, this monkey. You know, we've got this monkey thing over here, which is beautiful on the catapult. Our slinger, our like wire slinger, roping us around the place, which is cool. And there, do you see that? Do you see the Rathian with like the orange crystals on its tail and stuff? Our Kulayaku looking armor set with like the dual blades there. Very, very cool. I could turn the volume back on, just like really low maybe. We see Anjanath carrying a Jagras there in that desert biome. We move into more of a forest biome. And we see Tobikadachi climbing the trees up here. Maybe prowling, maybe stalking the Kelbies over here, perhaps? Potentially. Duratidos going for some prey there as well. Got the glider that you know from Breath of the Wild, from Genshin, from all those sorts of things. Some swimming, some Omega sliding. Climbing. That could be gameplay. That could be like a cinematic. What was rendered? Yeah. So very, very cool. And then we see that snippet of the middle section of the map, and then we see the whole map. And that's just like to start with, right? So an actual open world game, an actual Monster Hunter game, an open world Monster Hunter game that you are running around, playing in. You've got full autonomous control, right? I'm speaking a little bit from what we're about to watch now as well, so I'm not just pulling all of this from that trailer, right? So that looks really, really cool. I'm super, super excited for that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm optimistic. We don't know anything about monetization particularly. We'll learn more about the hunter characters that you see here, and that they are characters. They are characters, right? So maybe that'll be a form of the monetization. Maybe that'll be a form of like the gacha, right? Rolling for those characters and stuff, right? So let's take a look.
大家好，我是腾讯游戏天美工作室群 Monster Hunter Outlanders 的制作人房东。今天我们特别邀请了 Capcom 公司
One second, maybe just knock that down a little bit to there.
负责本产品的制作人沙野先生和我一起向大家分享产品的信息。
コウさん、ご紹介ありがとうございます。皆様こんにちは。株式会社カプコンのプロデューサー砂野です。本日はどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
How did the partnership start?
其实我自己和我们团队大部分人都是怪物猎人系列的粉丝。恰好我们天美工作室群在移动端游戏的研发和长线运营上有着非常丰富的经验和积累。这时候我们想，肯定也有很多玩家和我们有着相同的愿望。所以在几年前，我们正式向 Capcom 发出了合作邀请。很高兴后来获得了对方的积极回应，于是就促成了本次合作。我们非常希望通过这次的合作，向全球的怪物猎人系列用户提供随时随地且稳定的联机体验。同时，还希望让不熟悉怪物猎人系列的用户通过这款产品开启自己的狩猎之旅。
It's going to make it so accessible. It's going to make the Monster Hunter franchise so accessible to like everyone, right?
長いゲーム開発の経験をお持ちで、特にモバイル端末において多くの実績をお持ちのティミスタジオの皆さんから、モンスターハンターシリーズへの熱意あふれるご提案をいただきました。これまでのモンスターハンター作品にはないティミスタジオの強みを生かした独自の要素を盛り込んだモンスターハンターの新しいモバイルタイトルにするためのエキサイティングなアイデアがそこにはありましたので、この度のパートナーシップを通じてカプコンとしても世界中の皆様に新たなモンスターハンターの体験をお届けできることを楽しみにしています。
What is the concept of the game?
Monster Hunter Outlanders 是天美、Capcom 共同制作的全新怪物猎人系列产品。本作将以开放世界为舞台，讲述新角色和新战宠伙伴的狩猎冒险之旅。
What quality have I got the video on? Sorry, just 1 second. Oh, it's 50. It's 1080 50. Huh. Okay, whatever.
我们在尽可能保留怪物猎人系列核心战斗体验的同时，也充分基于移动端的操作体验，优化了游戏的方方面面。下面就由我来为大家
like real gameplay, real open world gameplay. Open world! Open world!
本次的狩猎舞台发生在有着诸如
Forest,
森林、
swamps, deserts,
沼泽、沙漠等多种不同地貌构成
all
的大型作种。
connected,
玩家们不仅
seamlessly.
需要在不同的环境中挑战怪物，还要应对不同的环境所带来的各种威胁。此外，
Like a
除了
living,
常
breathing
见的大
world,
世界
living,
玩
breathing
法，
environment.
我们
We've
还
got,
为大
we've
家
got
准
some,
备了例如建造这样
got
的
some
全
base
新体验
building.。
相关内容我们将在未来逐一为大家揭晓。
gathering, crafting, base building. It's different. Unique hunting experiences.
大家可能已经注意到，在 CG 和实机的展示中，有一群陌生的新面孔出现了。在本作中，玩家还能操作其他的全新角
Own
色
characters
进
from
行
a
狩猎和冒
lineup
险。
of characters.
与主人公不同，他们出身、形象、性格各不相
But
同。
that might be where the
更重
gacha
要的
comes
是
in.，
每个角色都有自己擅长的武器类型和
Those
技
dual
能招
blades
式
look，sick.
期待
Those
这
cool
些
Yaku dual
能带
blades.
给玩家们全新的战斗乐趣。关于战宠，大家可能也注意到了，除了熟悉的
Buddies
爱撸猫之外，还有一些
Not
新
just
的
the
小伙伴。
palicos. Look at these
没
buddies. 'We've
错，
got
他们
monkey.
就
We've
是
got
本作
owl.
中加入的全新战宠，相信它能给玩家带来更为丰富的战斗支援和情感陪伴。关于本作特有的角色和战宠系统，请大家继续关注后续的
That
信息
owl
发布
played。like a
モンスター
a
ハンタ
hunting
ー
horn style like
アウトランダー
melody
ズ
kind
で
of
は
thing.
本作独自のプレイ体験をお届けする一方で、もちろん従来のモンスターハンターシリーズで培われてきた要素も登場します。
got the
過去作で登場した
Howlulu
一
stuff
部の
there,
武器や道具も
Udgaran
登場予
stuff,
定で、
Legiana.
オリジナルの要素もある一方で、これまでのモンスターハンター作品でおなじみのアクションもご体験いただくことができます。各種操作などについては、モバイル
Looks
端
fantastic.
末での体験を考慮して、
Of course,
こ
needs
まめ
to.
な調整もお願い
It's
してい
early
ます。
development
これ
needs
らの情
further
報は
work on
今後順
optimizations
次
and
公開
stuff.
さ
Of
れる予定な
course,
ので、
right?
お
But
楽し
like,
みにお待ちください。
this looks sick. We see that mutated Rathian now, the purple glow, the purple like attacks and everything. Very
モン
cool.
スターハンターアウトランダーズでは、モンスターハンターシリーズの新たなスピンオフ作品として、
Classic
多くのモン
Rathalos
スター
armor
も
and,
登場
and
します。
weaponry, longsword
ど
there.
のようなモンスター
This
が
is
登場するのか、
Kuliyaku,
そして
Puke
そのモンスタ
Puke
ーたちにモバイル端末で仲間と一緒
Bareth
にどう狩りに行けるのか、
Rathian
今後の情報をお楽しみにお待ちいただければと思い
And they
ま
look
す。
great. The models look
经
look
验丰富的老
insane.
猎人们一定发现了，在刚才的
It looks
片段
so
中
good.
出现了未曾见过的怪物。在本作中
There's the，
受到全新环
orange
境的影响
mutated，
经典怪物会发生变异，
certain environmental
同时
conditions,
也
right?
有只属于这个全新舞台的神秘怪物登场。所有的这一切，就期待各位玩家朋友们来亲自探索了。
And it makes them bigger as well, it looks like, right? They get like really... Have you noticed the large monsters they said,
以
right?
上就是
That
本
makes them
产品
bigger.
Monster Hunter Outlanders 与大家的首次见面。后续我们将逐步公开更多产品
Yo,
的
I want-
相关信息，
I want their toys,
请
I
大
want their
家
models,
继续
man.
关注我们。
Give me that
改め
Nergigante
まして
one.
今回ティミスタジオさんとのパートナーシップについて2020年の発表ぶりとなりますが、ティミスタジオさんから培われてきたモバイルゲーム開発のノウハウを生かした
Oh, that
本作
Rathalos
ならでは
look.
のゲーム
That
体験を盛り
signature
込んだ
Rathalos
新たな
look.
モンスターハンターのモバイルタイトル
Yeah, the
モンスターハン
effects
ター
on
アウトラ
that
ンダーズの
EI
情報を
special
お届け
slash
させていただ
though.
きました。
The effects on that EI counter
今後
slash.
の情報も、どうぞお楽しみにお待ち
They
くだ
went
さい。
hard. How much of the budget did they spend on that? How much of the budget did they spend on that one special effect?
受到全
You
新
know what I mean?
Hunter Outlanders 关注。
We need to watch
使わ
that
れてき
again.
たモバイルゲーム開発のノウ
How
ハウを
much
生
went
か
on
した
this?
本作ならではのゲーム体験を盛り込んだ新たなモンスターハンターのモバイルタイトル、モンスターハンターアウトランダーズの情報をお届けさせていただきました。今後の情報も、どうぞお楽しみにお待ちください。
80% of the budget on that one effect. Gone. In a flash. Worth. 10 out of 10. Would invest it again. So, that's Monster Hunter Outlanders. It looks very, very cool. That's the producer's interview. They're going into more depth of the game, of what we can expect, of what's coming. And
时也有直属
I mean, it looks crazy. I think it looks really, really good. You've got a traditional Monster Hunter experience for mobile platforms first. Mobile first. Again, we don't know if this is coming to to PC on a PC client, if this is going to release on consoles as well, like as a kind of like mobile client on consoles, like how HoYoverse do, right? Do you know what I mean? So we don't know. We don't know, but you've actually got a traditional Monster Hunter experience here. But they've not just done that. They've not just gone for, hey, let's make a really watered down mobile Monster Hunter entry. They've not done that. They've actually altered it, changed it, built upon it, adjusted it a little bit. The survival crafting elements, the base building, it being an MMO, right? All that sort of stuff. So that's going to be super sick. Imagine you just fire up some Monster Hunter and you can have your pals come on over and check out your base. Come and chill in your base, right? You know how everyone loves hanging out in the gathering hubs, right? Well, you could do that, but in your own actual, like, little base or whatever. I mean, that would be sick. That would be super cool, right? That would be so cool. Of course, as everyone has picked up, there are segments of this which do look quite choppy, which do look low FPS and stuff. It is a work in progress. Hopefully they will continue to work on optimizations with all of that. This is very much like in early development, right? Maybe not super early, but it's still in development, you know? I loved what we saw about the buddies, the monkey, the owl, like the different effects and impacts that they're going to have. These mutated monsters that are bigger, that have got special attacks, special effects. The fact that it's an actual open world that we're playing in. It's not like you go into a combat arena like in now, right? You went into a combat arena, didn't you? You know? Sort of like that old school Final Fantasy kind of vibe. You're running around, you get into a fight, you get teleported to the battle arena. It's not like that here. This is a more traditional Monster Hunter experience, with it being an actual open world game, right? Where you're seamlessly going between the different biomes, between the different locales, like in a traditional Monster Hunter. So very, very exciting. I think that looks cool. But all those different additions that we're seeing, like the gliding, the base building, the survival crafting, I think in the right, with the right doses, stuff like this freaking cannon. I think with the right doses, there, did you see that? Did you see the owl doing like the hunting horn style like buff? There. See that? Hunting horn style kind of like buff there, like within a certain AoE. Very cool. You can see the swords here, the attack up, whatever that's referring to. See this green one over here. Very cool. Very, very cool. So, I mean, I think this looks crazy. I love that they've been ambitious with it, and they've not just gone down the route of let's make a watered down, bare bones, strip back everything Monster Hunter that plays on mobile, right? I love that they're being a bit more ambitious, that they are doing these different elements, that they are introducing these different elements. I think that's great. I think it'll provide something, like they say, it'll provide a unique experience. There are people that just want the core Monster Hunter experience that will maybe love these changes. And there are people who maybe don't like those changes because they just want to stick to the core Monster Hunter experiences, and that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's fine to have those sorts of different takes and different flavors with it, right? Personally, I'm excited for it. I'm really, really excited for it. I'm optimistic. Do I expect there to be crazy monetization with it? I do. It's a mobile game. Anyone who's going into this, like, holding on to some sort of hope that, you know, maybe there won't be lots of sort of monetization options available. Whether or not they are required, it's going to be a different story. But they're going to be available. They are going to be available. For sure. You know? I don't see any kind of world where they won't be. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be, like, highly aggressive pay to win, or it'll be a requirement to actually participate in the game. It doesn't necessarily mean that. We'll have to see. Those are all these sorts of things that we'll have to see as we move forward when it comes to typical mobile games. Did you catch that? Catch that? I'm sort of in the way. Let's maybe turn down the playback speed a little bit. 0.5. Watch again. Woo! What's that? Hey? What's that? What's that? Huh? What is it? I want to hunt it. Want to hunt it now. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. How do they go about, like, your typical mobile stamina system? How do they go about the gacha? Are the characters going to be rolled on? Like, what's it going to be like? Do you need to get involved with that to improve your weapons, to improve your gear? Or is it heavily sort of gated behind it? We'll see. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how any of that's going to play out. I don't, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's really, really cool. How does everyone else feel about it? Thoughts? I mean, I know you've been giving me your thoughts this entire time, right? As we've been chatting, as we've been watching it and stuff. But how are you feeling about it? Are you, like, cautiously optimistic? Are you... that effect, man, what the heck? Where are you at? Are you I'm not even gonna entertain it. Are you cautiously optimistic? Are you I'll see. Are you hyped? I'm much more on I'm somewhere in between cautiously optimistic to just awesome. More Monster Hunter is a good thing. I'm like somewhere between there. I'm somewhere on that spectrum, right?